You're listening to Season 8 of the award-winning Homemade Matters podcast.
Brought to you from the West Midlands in the UK.
We're just a regular family of 5 on a home education journey, and we want to share our journey with you and encourage you on yours.
So thanks for joining us, and here's this week's episode.
Well, hello everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to
Homemade Matters.
Season 8.
Episode 12.
Episode 12. Bit of a breezy morning.
Very breezy. Earlier, it was raining so hard on my windows, and there was hail, and I couldn't see outside because the rain was making it all distorted.
I know, I just had to go and do some extra fixings on the chicken run roof.
Yeah.
So that the panels don't break, don't blow off.
Yeah.
We hope you that... I'll start again.
We
hope that you are doing well. And here's our latest things we've been doing over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
The Chinese New Year.
So, it was Chinese New Year.
Uh-huh.
What year is it this year, this Chinese New Year?
The Year of the Tiger.
Year of the Tiger?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? I worked out, or you worked out for me, that I was born in the year of the goat.
Yeah.
And I think I'd always thought perhaps I was born in the year of the monkey or something, so I'm a bit surprised by
I thought
that.
you said Year of the Rat.
Belle's year of the monkey. What year are you? Your
Ox.
birth year? Year of the ox. And very generously, a friend of Mummy's sent us a pack of lots of yummy Chinese food. And you all did taste tests with some friends. You went round to some other homemade friends, didn't you? And you all did taste tests. And what was some of the foods that you tasted?
So there was dried lotus roots, sweetened dried lotus roots that were really, really nice.
Okay, tick. Yeah, 10 points.
There were these yummy little jellies.
Yeah.
And cakes. These biscuit cheese cracker things that looked quite hard, but actually they were very soft and yummy.
Yeah.
And there were these quite spicy kebab stick things.
Yeah.
And there was another one with things that I can't remember its name, but it was orange, and they were tiny little balls, and they had sugar around them, and they were really nice too.
Oh wow! So what was your favourite one?
Chinese donuts.
Oh yes, the donuts.
Yeah, Belle's in the background. Chinese donuts. Yeah.
They were so yummy.
So what was your favourite?
It's hard to choose a favourite, but I really liked the lotus root and the donuts and the
Belle's
jelly.
favourite was the jellies. What was your least favourite?
The spicy things.
Spicy kebabs, kebab things. One year, a friend of mine who was from Hong Kong brought us all really amazing. I think they're called moon cakes, and they're really rich, lovely cakes.
Oh wow!
So we did some other activities. Twinkle always a good go-to place. Twinkle always a really good place to go to for activities. So what were some of the activities, your morning time activities that you did around the year of the tiger?
We did a little tick box sheet thingy about it, a questionnaire.
Okay.
And we did a drawing. We started colouring in a drawing of it.
And what was the thing about the red envelopes?
Oh yeah. So Mummy's friend also sent us some of her red envelopes because on Chinese New Year, people from China and stuff, they give red envelopes but grandparents or parents give you red envelopes with lots of money inside.
Oh, wow. Pretty good. Did you have any real money in yours?
No, we had twinkle money in it.
Twinkle money.
Yeah.
Like Monopoly money.
Yeah.
So we enjoyed celebrating Chinese New Year.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty good. What else? We're doing lots of 1,000 hours outside, haven't we?
Yes.
Mainly in our garden.
Yeah.
But I've also done some meetups with some friends. So
Yes.
the other morning you went for a picnic breakfast up one of our local hills, the Clent Hills.
Yes.
But I think we're well over 50 hours, aren't we, so far?
I think so, yeah. But it was really fun because we were tramping everywhere, and we went a bit off the path, and me and my friend were thinking about how many near-death experiences were there.
Because we've also been keeping track of which days it's been raining. We need to colour in today.
Are we?
Because it's raining.
I didn't really notice.
Yeah, it's on the board. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I noticed it. I just didn't really clock it.
Clock it. Yeah.
But yeah, it was really funny because one of them was standing in the middle of the car park talking, even though there were no cars coming. But then as soon as we'd move on, a car came in, so that was fun. And then when we were doing the trail, one of the trails, we had to duck under this like big log thing, and if we'd gone under with our mouths open, we would have scraped mushrooms into our mouth, and then we would have died because they're
These
probably
sound quite
poisonous.
tenuous. These sound tenuous near-death experiences, but a
What
fun
does
way.
tenuous mean?
As in, sort of unlikely.
Yeah. And then what was the last one? Oh yeah, and then we were going down this hill that didn't really have that much of a path, and then we were like, what if we did like a handstand and then we toppled over, then we would roll down the hill and probably crack our heads open,
So
and then we would die.
What's been really good over the last few weeks, last month, well not quite month, last 3 or 4 weeks, as we've all been clear
Of COVID.
of Omicron, we've been just gradually seeing
Omicron.
Omicron, gradually been seeing friends a bit more.
Yeah.
So that's been really nice, and doing the outdoors things, which has been brilliant.
Yes.
You've all been pretty faithful at spending like an hour in the garden outside
Yeah.
most days.
So yesterday we only spent like 25 minutes.
Yeah, that was like, well, because we've had some great progress. We had to get some big jobs done, didn't we, in the garden?
Yeah. Well.
So
people did.
this week
not us.
we had the fences in to sort
Yeah.
out one kind of last line of fence that we'd never really, that was always a bit tumble down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all sorted now. And then last year we did a really nice raised bed, didn't we? But we couldn't do any more because there was a load of great big laurel stumps in the way. It has started raining, Belle. So yesterday we had the tree surgeons over
Yeah.
to grind out
The laurel stumps.
5 huge laurel stumps
Yeah.
and sadly
chop down the
take down the pear tree that
Because
had
it
been
had
at a funny
fallen
angle
over.
since Storm Arwen.
Yeah.
Actually, they didn't need to grind the roots out because the roots were all rotten. So it wasn't going to last
it was
much longer
dying
anyway. And they
it's
chopped
still
it into
sad.
big chunks that we can use as stools.
But it's still sad.
So we're excited actually about our garden plans for this year because we're going to do 3 more big raised beds
Are
for our
we?
growing. Yeah.
This is new news to
This
me.
is new news. Well, yeah, Mummy and I have been planning. So we need to speak to our neighbour, who's a roofer, and see if he knows where we can get loads of scaffold boards. And then your garden, your herb garden,
Needs weeding.
just needs a bit of maintenance, but otherwise it's okay, isn't it?
Yeah. And I know one of the rosemary needs cutting in half.
Yeah, we'll
What's the
divide
word?
that.
Dividing.
Yeah, we'll divide that. That'd be really
because,
good.
it's gone all hollow in the middle, which means it's ready to divide.
Yeah, so we need to start planning our seeds. But the other thing is, some friends have offered us their greenhouse, and that was the other reason for
Yay!
getting the fence done, because now we can clear that area of the orchard for putting the greenhouse in.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what? Actually, Mum and I decided yesterday. You know we've got those 2 small apple trees just on the slope behind us out of the conservatory.
Yes.
We're going to move them to the orchard.
Oh, good. That'll be
So that's
fun.
good. So we're excited about that, and we'll document that because we're doing our Royal Horticultural Society schools badges as well. So
Yeah.
we'll look forward to doing that.
And
In
if you
fact,
get enough badges, you get vouchers.
I've ordered us a load of nice roses as well,
Mm-hmm.
because we did have some natural roses, didn't we, in the garden? But they were actually kind of rambling
flower.
ones. Yeah, they're rambling ones. Don't really flower so well. So I think we're gonna
Put some new roses.
we're gonna put some new roses in. That'd be nice.
Oh, Daddy, can I talk about the blue tits?
I was going to talk about Big Garden Birdwatch. So we did Big Garden Birdwatch this year, and it wasn't so windy as it has
So we
been
saw
last
like
year.
12 pigeons and 6 magpies or crows. But we only saw 2 blue tits, which is maddening because I know there's like 2 big nests.
No, you see
I
them a
think-
lot from your window, don't
And
you?
it's really annoying because I see loads of birds from my window, but they didn't show up.
It didn't turn up. Not yesterday, but in this week, a kestrel flew past the window as I was on a call.
Oh, cool. And when we also saw a buzzard.
Yeah. They I saw a buzzard in the early morning light. Actually, it was quite a windy day, so they were out early. So
Yeah.
they didn't have to wait for the temperature to get the thermals up, and it was right over the garden. So
Yeah, that's
we've
really
enjoyed
cool.
the Big Garden Birdwatch. That's probably the third. It's definitely the 3rd year we've done it here, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we might have done it the first year we came.
Because you went to
remember.
Which RSBB place did you go to this week or last week?
An RSPB place.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
But what kind of things did you do there?
So we went to the bird hide and looked out over the water. And Ashley and Mabel went in the mud kitchen. We watched the blue tits.
Mummy said they had really good kind of squirrel and pigeon-proof
Yeah, they did.
bird feeders. Apparently, they're on offer in Lidl this week, so we're going to get some.
Yay!
So that would be really good.
That would be very good.
Well,
Oh, Dad, we need to do Belle's section.
well, that's true. In fact, we will hand over to that section to Belle now, and then we'll be back after the break with Asher, who likes being in part 2. See you shortly. So I'm sitting here with Belle
Yeah.
and
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle. What have you just been doing?
Playing in the garden.
But what happened?
Eden went.
And if you listen carefully, because we're sitting in the conservatory, what can
Yeah.
you hear on the roof?
Rain.
Yeah. So, you've been going to football,
Yeah.
haven't you? And how's football been going?
Good.
What have you come back with 2 times already?
Certificates and sweet.
The special certificate. What's the certificate for?
Being good.
Yeah, like
I'm
the
practicing
trainer
really
of the week.
hard.
Yeah, trying really hard. That makes me really proud. And something we did, or you did, in this very room earlier this week was the big Garden Birdwatch.
Yeah.
Can you remember any of the birds that you saw?
Pigeons.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Did you really see them during the big Garden Birdwatch?
Yeah.
Okay. What other ones did you see?
Woodpeckers.
Yeah. Really? Sparrows?
Yeah. Sparrows.
Magpies?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And robins.
What are some of the signs of spring you found in the garden this week?
A daffodil.
So good. Anything else? Because you went round looking for signs of spring. What else did you
Yeah.
see?
We saw some of the ones with brown on them.
Mm.
Brown and black.
On the outside of the daffodils, hadn't opened up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. It's a bit windy out there, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't look for the daffodil.
No, well, we can see a bit more. So, well, should we leave it there?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
You're listening to the Home in Matters podcast.
Well, it's really rainy outside now, isn't it? Raining really hard.
Didn't
Ash
know
is
if you
here.
can hear it.
Hi, Ash.
Hi. Hi, guest to the podcast.
Um,
Thank you.
So, Ash, you got yet another certificate at swimming this week.
Yeah, I did.
What was that for?
Swimming underwater.
So, what did you have to do to get that?
Swimming underwater the whole way without breathing, and then coming up for breath and then swimming back again without
At the end,
breathing.
yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So that's really, really good. You're really working really hard in your swimming, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, and what's this you got in your hand?
My Lego robot was I bought.
A Lego minifigure robot. So you love
Yeah,
collecting Lego
Lego one.
minifigures.
Yeah.
And you've bought this special one this week.
Yeah, lady one.
She's a lady clockwork robot. And what's
Yeah.
distinctive about her? She's got like
Her
a wind-up thing at
purple
the
eyes.
back.
Yeah, oh yeah, and she's got a wind up.
Yeah, like a pretend clockwork winder at the back.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
called her Elsie.
yeah. Now we're we like our trying out different subscription boxes.
Yeah.
So ones we've really enjoyed in the past have been
Foodini.
That's been really good. What was one of the other ones that we did?
I don't
Blood and
know.
Bloom.
Mud and Bloom. That was really good.
Snack surprise.
Snack surprise.
My Lego
So
Explorer.
at the moment
That's a
we've got a new one that we've started called the Little Naturalists Club, and we've been doing the wild. This appropriately for today. The theme of this current one is the wild weather box, and you all did an activity yesterday. You made something about something.
Well,
I didn't even do hers.
I
Well,
did it afterwards.
Should we start?
After Grandma.
So
that came
what was the theme? What was the thing that you made?
We made
Cloud
cloud
pictures?
collages based on the clouds we'd seen in the week.
Yeah. So what can you remember the type of cloud you did, Ash? Yours was very distinctive.
Yeah, I did loads of little clouds.
Cirrocumulus,
Probably.
something like that. And what
Don't
can you remember what ones you did, Eden?
Dad, I didn't look at the cloud guide. I just did the clouds I could remember.
Well, can you remember what they're called?
No, because I didn't look at the cloud guide. I did after everyone else.
I'll tell you who the expert is on clouds in our family.
You.
Grandpa, because he used to be a glider pilot. And I remember when I was your age or younger going to his office and he had a really nice poster of all different cloud types.
Yeah.
There's one called mammatus, which are like bubbly, like they're like hanging down balloons.
Oh,
And I
cool.
saw some from the office window a few months ago, and I sent a message to Grandpa, and said, I think, are these mammatus? And he said yes. So they're quite distinctive clouds.
Yeah.
So
But I didn't look at the cloud guide.
Well, we have to go back and do that.
I didn't see any. Like, I didn't know we were doing that.
Well, we're enjoying the Little Naturalist Club so far.
We are.
Aren't we? So that's really good. So another thing we're really enjoying at the moment, we've started a 14-week course on chemistry, and we're following, for those of you who like lesson planning, we're following the Ellen McHenry resources. Really, really good. But what is the kind of the foundation that we've been learning about for chemistry?
The first 20 elements in the periodic
In the
table.
periodic table. And
There's hydrogen and helium.
And one of the things then, before you get started, one of the things in your morning playlist on YouTube is a song about the periodic table.
There's hydrogen and helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, the nitrogen, oxygen.
So it's to the tune of the Can.
Yeah.
And it's quite funny, isn't it? Because
They
they've got
They sing it really fast.
Yeah, they sing it really fast because they've got a lot of elements to get through. But then they've also got like pictures that come up of types of things made from that element.
Yeah,
So silicon,
and they did a picture of thorium.
thorium, yeah.
And for arsenic, they had like a skull and crossbones.
Yeah, because it's really poisonous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they used it in Victorian times to make dresses and stuff.
Well, I know.
think.
So arsenic, yeah, they used it for colouring, didn't they? And there was lots of poisonous things around that people didn't quite realise were quite so
And
poisonous.
mercury.
Mercury was,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
and
Granny remembers being given some globules of mercury to play with in her bed when she was really little. And people not knowing how poisonous it is to just at a touch.
But Granny should have like known.
Well, she didn't know, she was only 4 or 5. So it wasn't quite...
by then, though, Dad.
Wow.
And
So, yeah.
There was also a picture of like like a gold carriage for gold.
Yeah, true.
Gold to make you richer, you grow old.
So we're really enjoying that. And actually, one of the other things we did, thinking this is all linking together, is that we did a family history timeline, didn't we, back to 1900?
Yeah.
But then actually on that, you put on, because we've got a fantastic pack of cards called the Elements
No,
cards.
Dad, that was a different timeline that we put the elements
But
on.
it was on a different timeline. But we did a
Yeah.
timeline. We've done 2 timelines this week. But what did you notice when you laid out all the elements about when they were discovered?
Yeah.
What was your observation about that, Ash?
There were loads found in like the 1810s.
Yeah, loads found in Victorian times. There was all of a sudden loads and loads were found, weren't they?
Me and Asha said yeah in unison.
And the other thing, we've also got our History Heroes cards, haven't we?
Yeah.
The History Heroes
No, it's that game timeline.
timeline, and we
The
put
game
that out
that's
as well.
literally
But
called timeline.
it's in what there's another thing to observe is that lots and lots of stuff
Happened.
in the kind of from the 1800s onwards. It's like
19
a acceleration in identification,
Wait, identification.
like things being discovered.
Yeah, but and like things happening.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to mean like identification, like finding out who you are.
Who you are. Well, let's talk about the family history timeline then. So what we just went back to kind of 1900. What were some of the what are things that stood out from then for you?
That mummy's side of the family is basically 10 years behind your side of the family.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, like everything happened 10 years behind.
And like my great-great-grandfather was still alive at the turn of the 20th century, 1900s. Gregory Stapleton,
yeah.
my great-great-grandfather. In fact, he didn't die until like 1938, just before the First World War, Second World War, not Percy Jackson. No, but we've actually got a book of his because he was a naval commander. So, yeah, lots of interesting stuff there as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the funny songs we have on in the mornings, not just funny songs, you've got a morning playlist, don't you? So you come down in the morning and over breakfast,
But some of them are funny.
you go through your morning playlist. Well, on that is our hymn of the month.
Yeah.
So we've got a new hymn this month, it's February. What's the
Yes.
hymn?
What's it called again? It was 2 minutes, 14
Leaning
seconds long.
on
Leaning on the Saviour.
the everlasting
Oh, yeah.
arms. You haven't quite learnt it yet.
Yeah, a bit more. Well, Dad, in our defence, it's only like the 5th of February when we're recording this, and we didn't listen to it on Friday because I had a lion, and so we only really listened to it on Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah, that's
Thursday.
true. Well, so Fridays we get most of our work done Monday to Thursday, don't we? So
Well, all of our work.
So we have a hymn of the month, and then because we've still been working through the Second World War, we've been doing some World War II songs recently.
Yes. Can we sing some?
So one that really you all really enjoyed was called
Run, rabbit, run, run, run.
So that's quite a funny song, wasn't it? We listened to a couple of versions. What do you notice about the difference between modern versions and the traditional original version from the time?
The traditional version's really slow.
A bit slower, isn't it? Yeah.
Boring. Well, not boring, but
it's so really different.
Not fun.
Quite a different
Not
style,
as
isn't
fun.
it?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have as many resources for the types of recording we could do at the time.
Yeah.
And then
'Cause we found the modern
one you're
version
doing at the
of it.
moment is by the Allen sisters.
Yes. No, it's not
The
Allens.
Andrews sisters.
The Allens sisters.
Because the first one was Flanagan and Allen, I think, wasn't it?
I don't
Anyway, the Andrews sisters.
Boogie
Woogie Bugle Boy.
What Company B.
So that's quite fun, isn't it?
Man from old Chicago
We've been enjoying those. And then you also have various, depending on the day of the week. So obviously you've got the periodic table song you've been in for chemistry. You've also got various kind of Book of Marvels related videos of around the world.
Yeah, and
you'd
also on
watch.
Wednesdays there's usually some sea stuff
Yeah, pretty good.
because we do sea stuff then sometimes. Well, every week, but
Yeah.
on the specific books.
So I think we're coming into land.
No.
But Eden, you had something special happen at drama this week.
Yeah, we had our headshot photos taken for the programmes,
Wow.
and I insisted to Daddy that we talk about it, even though he said we talk about drama every week.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is only a few months until the big show.
And I
Yes.
insisted that you talk about my Lego minifigure.
Yeah, you insisted about that.
Yeah.
Um,
And next week, well, this next Monday, we're going to have ourselves measured for the costumes, which I'm very excited about.
That is very exciting.
Yeah.
So you're learning all about the backstory
Mm-hmm.
of everything to do with putting on a play.
Yep.
Well, I think that's a good
I'm
place
also learning all of my lines.
for us to stop. You've been learning your lines really well, haven't you? So thank you for listening in. We always love you. For those of you that have listened so far, well done. And we love you being in touch. So all the details to get in touch are coming up. In the meantime, we hope you're having a great year so far.
Yes.
That your home ed journey is going well.
Yeah.
Whatever shape that looks for you, there's no one right way. It's hard to say.
Every way is the right way.
Yeah, there's just what's right for your family, what rhythms are right for your family. But we love sharing our story with you, and we will be back in a few weeks' time.
Please get in touch.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Home Ed Matters podcast. We love hearing from you, so email us to homeedmatters@gmail.com. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Home Ed Matters, and visit our website at www.homeedmatters.co.uk. If you're enjoying the show, please leave us a review wherever you listen, like Apple Podcasts, Stitcher or Spotify. Thanks for joining us and enjoy your home ed journey this week.
They say absence makes the heart grow fond. Well, I've grown quite fond of you. Some people may think you're strange, but I think I'm strange too. It's raining outside, and it's raining inside too. I wanna go home, place where I'm known, and where I know you. Walk familiar streets.